All right, so the first voluntary practice is over with, and what to think about of this team heading into the 2022 season. We have multiple holes, of course, and the Cowboys are looking to at least alleviate some of the pain with the holes in this draft. And, of course, let's go all the way back to the quarterback. Last year around this time, he wasn't out there on the field. And every rep count, and one can argue that the Cowboys lost their pace midway through the season. Opening day last year was pretty good for the team, although we held an L. From the offensive perspective, they were able to move the ball. And then the second week, the third week, the fourth week, the fifth and the sixth, they went on a winning streak. And one can argue that the Cowboys were pretty much in the prime of that season. Everything was hitting on all cylinders, and then the injuries occurred. And injuries, Cowboy Nation, part of the game. But one of the things that Schultz lamented was, hey, I'm now a little heavier, 5 to 6 pounds. And that's always subjective, right? Like, far as, do I put on a little weight, will I play better type of talk, right? Or do I change up my technique? Will I run a better route? We heard storylines of this before, over and over again. And sometimes players regress and sometimes players improve. I would never forget Felix Jones. And when he was going into his third year, I believe he wanted to pick up a little weight, put on a little pounds. And he thought that would help out the journey of him cementing that number one running back role, right? And then all we saw time and time again was it didn't work out for him. He got too heavy. And then that led into other issues. But neither here nor there. These guys are trying to solve a puzzle within their minds and within the confines of this team. Now, Schultz did say not the less is more theory with Amari Cooper gone, but now understanding and knowing and having football IQ on how this team can improve based upon these factors right here. Hear me out. Based upon, okay, we know that this wide receiver, you're not going to demand the over-the-top safety nor the best DB on him, right? Because it's James Washington or because it's CeeDee Lamb. Now, they got to run every route to his max potential. Why? Well, you have less talent out there. You can't win off of sure talent now. You got to win off technique, and then on top of that, you got to sprinkle in a little talent, right? But now you got to win off technique and football IQ. I like that saying, but we will see if it's going to be beneficial. I'm not with the theory of less is more, by the way. But the Cowboys' way is a whole lot different from what we can think of. A whole lot different. But neither here nor there. This particular team, Dak Prescott, going into his 7th year, there's no excuses now, right? There should be none. And his feet going to be held to the fire. Got a big contract that he got to live up to. I heard a lot of people, a lot of articles out there saying he's not living up to his contract. Can you imagine going 11-5 and saying, hey, man, you're not living up to your contract, and throwing the most touchdowns ever in your particular franchise history in one season, right? So I get it. I absolutely get it. But heavy is the crown, and he shouldn't be looking at this thing saying, they're talking about me. No. We're looking for results, Dak. We are. So, and he knows it. Pressure is a privilege. That's his words, not ours. So he demanded pressure, then of course you're gonna get it, and all eyeballs will be on you. And if he's built the right way, he should say to himself, yeah, that's how I want it. I want it all on me, the pressure. And this is a pressure type of league, so we'll find out. I'm with the belief that the Cowboys still should look into this thing and say, okay, we built it through the draft as relates to this philosophy. Core. Don't go for the flash in the pan. core. Go get that trench guy. Go get a guy that can live down inside. The guard spot, we need help at that. I'm not sold on Connor McGovern heading into the 2022 season, right? I'm not sold even on Carlos Watkins nor Big Bo. I'm not sold on those boys. Now, could the Cowboys front office and the defensive coordinator be sold on those guys? Yeah. But I'm trying to better my best as it relates to the interior. I'm not sold on LVE, although he played better down the stretch. So we need linebackers. Oh, excuse me. For all of the people that talked about the DB situation, I'm not sold on our backup DBs or our second DBs. I want to better my best at that spot. I still want to bring in somebody. Even if Kelvin Joseph didn't have this off-season drama, we still would have been, let's wait and see with him. Nobody have a clue what he's going to bring to the table. He had a spoonful of snaps last season. And I can't wait to see who will be the second year wonder, right? The guy that steps up and tell everybody, hey, this is my second year. I'm comfortable with the season. I'm comfortable with this team. I'm comfortable being in this position. So we can't wait to see Nashawn Wright, Jabril Cox. There are guys going into their second year that we're going to be sitting back like, all right, cool. Chauncey Golston, show me what you got. Right? So the Cowboys got their situation, and we have our reservations. But here's the thing, Cowboy Nation. Voluntary workouts, it's a political football move, but it's necessary, right? It gives us a little bit of a stomping ground to talk about. And another thing, the third year process of CeeDee Lamb as well as Trayvon Diggs. After this season, they can be extended. And we see the blueprint of what not to do. A.J. Brown didn't show up to practice or involuntary camp. Deebo Samuel, Terry McLaurin, those guys were drafted a year before CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs. So the goal would be, in my opinion, to go ahead and re-up these guys once they are available and eligible. Don't want to bring that mess around Texas, right? Meaning that if they ball out this year, especially CeeDee Lamb and Trayvon Diggs, we just saw Denzel Ward get $100 million. He is, I believe, the highest paid DB in the National Football League. And shout out to Denzel Ward. I always liked him coming out of college, right? I ain't saying that he's trash or anything. But there goes to show you, when it's time for Diggs to re-up, it might be $5 to $6 million more APY. Because it's 20 now. It may be 22, 23. He's going to want that Ward's deal, right? And depending on Lamb, when it's time for him to re-up, he's going to be looking at Christian Kirk and all of those other boys' deal and be like, nah, I want some money, dog. I want that paper. And it's going to be back and forth. He ain't a Devontae Adams. I get it, right? But, oh, boy, he's going to shoot for the moon. And if he missed, he's going to say, man, at least I land amongst the stars type of situation. That's how it is. So the Cowboys better get ready. Post me your thoughts. Post me your concerns down below. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. DC for life. Let's go. Bye-bye.